Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another chosen lifeline for relationships where we have been called to challenge and change relationship culture. My name is Walter Jennings.
My name is Charmaine Jennings.
And we are your chosen life practitioners. And today we wanted to talk a little bit about something when it comes to relationships can be a real sticking point and can be very controversial. We are talking today about secrets.
And, in this lifeline, we want to focus on good secrets, bad secrets, and exceptions. And you might be thinking to yourself, is there such thing as a good secret? Is there such thing as a bad secret? We usually typically go to bad secrets and not liking secrets because that tends to be counter to being honest and trustworthy and providing truth. So we want to provide you some tips about good secrets, bad secrets, and exceptions. And so the first one that we want to go into is good secrets.
Absolutely. So when we think about good secrets in relationships, we're talking about those surprises. Your partner or significant other, they're interested in throwing you a surprise party, or they're interested in getting you a gift without your knowledge, or there maybe is a family member who's visiting from out of town or is returning from active duty. So those are a part of those good surprises that sharing that information with you too soon may spoil the surprise. And so that is deemed, we would deem it as a good secret where it is beneficial in withholding that information rather than sharing it with you.
Absolutely. Now, a bad secret. These are things that can ruin lives, relationships, for decades down the line. And so definitely we consider bad secrets those things that you withhold the information. Sometimes it's omission of the truth. Sometimes it's you're withholding it. And really you're withholding it because the intentions are typically not good. Now, bad secrets, it can be something that starts out as intentionally good. So, we've had a situation where maybe one spouse buys another spouse a brand new car. Well, that seems like a great surprise, right? But no, if it's detrimental to the relationship, detrimental to the financial status of the relationship, detrimental, or it's feeding an addiction, or it's feeding a habit, it definitely is a bad secret. So for the spouse that buys the other spouse a brand new car, but they drained the savings account, they purchased this car, and the other partner is thinking, well, you know what, we were supposed to use that money as a down payment to buy a house. Well, clearly that's not a good secret. And, it's important to really discuss these things. And so again, if it's detrimental to the relationship, detrimental to your finances, and it causes pain, it feeds a habit or an addiction, it compromises safety, security, it is absolutely a bad secret.
Absolutely. And then the last particular category of secrets are the exceptions. Now, to be clear, we are not authorizing any of these. We're just, again, providing the categories of them. But when we talk about exceptions, these are secrets that may, depending on the party and the individual that is withholding the secret, one person may deem it as a good secret and the other person may categorize it as a bad secret. And it really comes down to the why. These are things, for example, like bad news. A family member has passed away and one partner knows that, hey, I know that my partner is getting ready to come home. I don't want to give them this information put them in a vulnerable emotional state while they're driving. Maybe there is a partner out of town. And so again, there's been some things that have transpired at home, and I know they won't be able to get home for a few hours or possibly a few days. And so I want to make sure that I'm giving them this information at the right time so that they are not in a fragile state and out away from the family, and then also counteracting those bad habits and those addictions that we previously spoke about. Charmaine mentioned the example when it comes to a person that has planned to make a high-end purchase at the sacrifice of another commitment that has been made. Maybe that's a down payment for a home. Maybe there needs to be some money that is set aside because there is an individual who is bad with money, that has a gambling problem, that has a drug addiction. So the question becomes, when it comes to those exceptions, are those things when we are talking about the protection of the relationship rather than the individual preference. Is it beneficial for that individual to know and have that information?
Absolutely. So to wrap it up, again, secrecy, good, bad, and exceptions. We want you to hone in on these following 3 things. The first thing is
absolutely, that not all secrets are created equal, as you all have seen. So when we say things like, well, we shouldn't keep secrets in our relationship, it's very important to understand that not all secrets are created equal.
And number 2, what is your definition of transparency? If you have often used that word, you want trust, you want honesty, and I expect full transparency, then it's important to know that if you want to know things all the time, right now, immediately, full transparency, no delays of information, that's fine. But definitely, how will that work out when there is a good secret that needs to occur because of a surprise or something that's coming along?
Absolutely. And those tips lead into the final tip, which is to ensure that you have a courageous conversation about secrecy in your relationship, how it is defined, what is deemed as good, bad, what are the exceptions if there are any. And again, are we going to observe a no secret relationship, and then bearing in mind that may eliminate surprises.
Yes.
So making sure that you are having a courageous, clear conversation about the expectations of secrecy in your relationships.
Yeah, so this has been your chosen lifeline for relationships. My name is Charmaine Jennings.
My name is Walter Jennings. We are your chosen life practitioners, where we have been called to challenge and change
relationship culture.
Do you remember the butterflies in your stomach when you and your partner had your first kiss? Or held hands, or when you received that first I heart you emoji text message?
Happy emotions can be the centerpiece of relationships. But what happens when anger, frustration, or disappointment show up?
Do you have the support, skills, and strategies to exercise effective emotional intelligence? Contact us at chosenlifespecialist.com.
Chosen Life Specialists, where we have been called to challenge and change
relationship culture.